Hello everybody and welcome to this 100% race as Felipe Massa around the Hockenheim Grand Prix. And no, I am not Reese, I'm in fact Luke Julian. I race with Reese a lot and today he asked me to do a commentary for his channel. So we're going to go straight in now and he is going to start last on the grid, I believe, with all assists off. So anyway, it is a 100% race with a completely standard setup, and around Hockenheim there is a very, very long straight which could provide some interesting action and overtaking. Nonetheless, he is put his front wing down to 4 to try and make sure that he can get some overtakes. He's trying to go a 3-stop strategy with 32% chance of rain, I believe it is. I will doubt he'll be able to get that strategy complete, and I do predict it will rain during this race. Anyway, he's looking to get option prime, which is probably the best strategy around here. I'm not really sure, haven't done many 100% races around this track. He thinks he can do 13 laps on the options, changing that to 33 for a second prime stint. But anyway, here we go, let's go to the grid. Here he is then on the grid for the Grand Prix. He's 22nd, of course, last on the grid with a near enough standard setup. He puts his brakes up to front as he goes in standard and mix. Going to save fuel early on, I believe, here down in these last positions. But here we go, lights out and away we go. All assist off. He's going to get a bad traction on the wheel that he uses. There he is. His rear tyres are already blowing up as we fly down to turn one. A fairly quick right-hander, however. He's gained a couple of positions, not too many though, and he's stuck in 20th, now 19th as he flies by Kobayashi. And now I predict a lot of cars going to break very early here, and he does as well. But he's still going to fly at the inside of Vettel, who's had a very, very bad start here. And Massa already up to 13th, a great start from Reese. And now chasing down Romain Grosjean down this straight. He's going to put it up into Rich to get that speed boost and use that slipstream. He's going to be able to make the moves, put it back into standard. Looking to save fuel early on because he is on, I didn't catch how many, but he's on minus fuel. But anyway, he's going to brake here down into the hairpin. He's got a couple more cars, Verne and Magnussen, and now he's right behind his teammate already, Valtteri Bottas, up in 6th. It's a brilliant start from Massa, up to 7th, and a flying start from Reese as he comes through that right-hander. But now back onto lap 2, sorry. He's going to chase down Valtteri Bottas here down the straight. He's got a great run on the fin as we come down into the hairpin. Is he going to be able to make the move? I think he is. He's already ahead. He's going to outbrake him as well, and that's that move done. Up to P6 and time to chase down Daniel Ricciardo, the Australian himself. -1 laps of fuel early on here, so that's not too much of a worry of a 67 lap race. Anyway, here on lap 3 we're going to go chase down Kimi Räikkönen, who's actually been passed, but oh no, sorry, we've passed Daniel Ricciardo. I didn't really see that, but nonetheless we're going to up the inside. Felipe Massa, here's the replay. Kimi Räikkönen, that's a great move, and up into P4 and now to P3. I think someone else might have pitted here on lap 14 as Kimi Räikkönen's looking up the inside, but we're going to switch back to the inside. That's a very late and good move from Reese, back up into P3, and this is turning into a good battle between him and Räikkönen for that position. We see a replay, they're going back up the inside after Kimi Räikkönen passed him, but good outbraking manoeuvre there from Reese, and as you can see here, once again, switching to the inside, and a clinical move back up to P3, but this battle appeared to be raging on here, as you can see, a further replay, him going up the inside, and that was that move done finally up into P3, and he was trying to chase down Rosberg, and I believe Räikkönen had pitted at this stage here on lap, is it 17? I can't really see on my screen, I think it's 15 in fact, that he's coming into the pits. It is lap 15. He comes into the pits in 3rd place for a fresh start of those pump tires, but he's ran very much wide into the gravel, and that will lose him quite a bit of time. Here he is then into the pits. Good stop from Williams. Yep, standard 3.7 second stop from Williams. So he moves on to the prime tyre, and here on lap 16, Romain Grosjean's actually gone up his inside. Is he going around the outside? He's just come out of the pits. Oh, he's run a little bit deep, and Grosjean's got the move done. Is that Räikkönen going to follow him through? Not quite. He's managed to keep that position. However, Grosjean's got ahead of him, and Grosjean hasn't pitted, I believe, so he's going to have to get past him fairly quickly. He's going to go back up the inside. A great move. Easy. Up the inside. However, Grosjean's coming back at him now. An outbraking manoeuvre there from Massa. Race up into P10. And a couple more cars pitted, and moves up into P4, whereas Kimi Räikkönen once again on those prime tyres going to go around up the inside. Reese is keeping it around the outside. Räikkönen's got him though. It's who's going to get better traction. Looks like Räikkönen's got the move done, in fact. Räikkönen up into P4, Massa down to P5, and not what Reese wanted at this stage. I thought he'd be battling for the win, but but maybe with a setup he probably would have been. But now, here on the very next lap, he's going to have the inside, lap 24. He's going to have the inside. I'm not sure if that's the next lap, but it's fairly light on my screen, so I can't really see. Lap 24, though, back up the inside using DRS of Kimi Räikkönen, and that was the move done. Here on lap 36, he goes onto the intermediate tyres. It was definitely chance of rain, and that's come to light here. He's put on the inters, and now Kimi Räikkönen is going to come back at him here. He's on plus 3 laps of fuel. Kimi Räikkönen, though, is not pitted yet. He's still on the dries, and there's still a very dry line. He's going to keep him on the outside. Plus 3 laps of fuel. He's been saving a lot during this race, but he keeps it around the outside of Räikkönen, and P5 was his. And now, here on lap 40, he's got ahead of Nico Rosberg, but Hamilton's 50 seconds ahead. And look at this, it is absolutely torrential rain. He's going to have to come in surely for the wet tyres, and, well, this is disastrous. He was looking good to try and hold on to second ahead of Rosberg, but in the end he does come into the pits on lap 41 for a fresh set of those wet tyres. And will he be able to get to the end on these tyres? I'm not 100% sure. It might even become intermediate conditions, then maybe even dry. And here you can see on lap 53 he's back up into third place. Rosberg's got ahead of him as he's going to select the intermediate tyres. It's definitely dried up in this last stint. He's losing the car all over the place. I think he's really struggling at the moment here on lap 53. He's going on the intermediate tyres, and he's 43 seconds. He's lost loads of time on these wets. He just doesn't appear to have the pace on these tyres, and the gap to Vettel, however, is very large as well. So he's in a bit of a race of his own at the moment as he comes into the pits, lap 54, for those intermediate tyres, and he's going to have to change his front wing as well. He must have made a mistake somewhere, maybe crashed into the pit wall or something on his in-lap. But nonetheless, here he comes coming back out. Where's he going to be? He's going to be ahead of Räikkönen. He's up in 5th place, and I believe that's where he is going to stay. So, Massa up to 5th. It's been a good race so far. He might be able to sneak a podium race at the moment. He's having a good drive so far, up in 5th place and chasing down Alonso as he makes a bit of a mistake there. He's gone over the curb, and he can't get it back going. Here he comes then back into the pit for some option tyres. The inters have not worked for him, and he's coming into the pits. I don't know why that music was there for that couple of seconds, but nonetheless, it hasn't worked for him, and it's been pretty much a disastrous Grand Prix. It looked like a podium was on the cards. He's lost the car again. He's lost the car. He's going into the barrier, not quite. He's managed to save it. He's had to let Rosberg through. I think they're all still on the inters. It was definitely a bad choice. He lost a lot of time on those intermediate tyres, and now it's probably still intermediate conditions. He's losing a lot of time even to Hülkenberg, who's on the inters, and I would say it probably was dry. It probably was a good choice, but it really hasn't worked for him, and he's running wide again. He's running off the track. This is not what we like to see. He's really struggling here with just a couple of laps, 3 laps to go now. It's a really poor 48.2, even with a pit stop, that's still pretty bad. And now on 65, he's run wide again, taking too much speed. He's into the gravel. Oh no, this is absolutely disastrous. I thought he might be able to pit Hülkenberg for that final point, but that looks a long way away right now. Can he maybe get back into it here? A couple of laps ago, it's definitely drying out, and it's definitely time for dries, but he's just losing it for some reason. He keeps losing the car, and I don't really know what's going on here. He's just completely losing the car. He's struggling for traction. His tyres have got loads of grass and dirt on it. That's probably why, and he's just losing a lot of time. Rich isn't helping him here. He's just losing a lot of traction. He's going to try and go flat out, but he's extended like an absolute beast. But he's 6.8 seconds to Hülkenberg. Is he going to be able to track that down? But anyway, here down into the hairpin second gear, taking a good apex. Hopefully get back to Hülkenberg and hopefully take that position. Putting up into Rich, really going for it at this point. Maybe he's going for fastest lap, probably not 100% sure, but anyway, here we go, down into the hairpin. On the longest straight side, so Lewis Hamilton takes the victory, so this is his final lap. Is he going to be able to get past Nico Hülkenberg? I don't know who that is ahead actually. It might be someone who's actually lapped him already. But anyway, here we go on to the final couple of corners now. Is he going to be able to get past Hülkenberg? Is he be able to get a point here? Hülkenberg's on the wrong tyres completely. He's got much more speed. Massa run a little bit wide. Here we go, final corner. Can Reece get him? He has. He's gone up his inside. That's move done, and he's going to claim 10th place. A pretty much horrible race. It was looking so well early on in the race, but those wets and inters really put it to bed for him. A disappointing drive. Massa comes 10th. But yeah, he still gained 12 positions, but he would have wanted so much more. With a stand setup, that's pretty impressive. But anyway, most of the cars lapped. They're pretty OP, Mercedes around Hockenheim. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and subscribe below. Follow me and Racing in the description below. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.